A Supreme Court decision just dropped that could make your concealed carry permit a liability overnight. And if you do not understand what just changed, in the next 30 days, you could accidentally become a federal criminal without breaking a single law. The headlines are screaming about this ruling, but almost nobody is explaining what it actually means for the gun owner who gets pulled over on a Tuesday night with a legal firearm in the glove box. I'm Sarah, 10 years in the firearms industry, and this is Gun Guide Pro. I am going to cut through every bit of the noise and tell you exactly what changed, what it means for your Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights, and the precise words that protect you the next time a police officer asks about your gun. Before we go any further, subscribe to Gun Guide Pro right now and turn on every single notification. We are a new channel building something genuinely important here. Real-time legal coverage for gun owners who cannot afford to be caught off guard. Every subscriber tells us this content matters and gives us the motivation to keep going and bring you even better coverage. 2 seconds. Completely free. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's get into what just changed and what it means for your life. Here is what the court actually decided, because the headlines are getting this wrong in ways that could genuinely hurt you. The case centered on protective orders and gun rights, specifically what due process the government must follow before restricting your ability to own or carry a firearm. For years, lower courts have been completely inconsistent on this. Some judges said a quick hearing was enough to strip your rights. Others said you needed a full trial. This inconsistency was creating a legal trap for gun owners. You could follow the law in one state and be a felon in another based on identical circumstances. The Supreme Court stepped in to set a clear national standard. Their ruling establishes that the government cannot take your firearms or restrict your ability to carry without a process that is genuinely fair, transparent, and gives you a real opportunity to tell your side of the story. Secret evidence is not enough. Hearsay from a disgruntled ex-partner is not enough. An accusation alone is not enough. The court is saying clearly, if the government wants to restrict your Second Amendment rights, they need to earn that restriction through a process that respects your constitutional protections. Drop your state in the comments right now. I want to know exactly where Gun Guide Pro viewers are watching from and whether your state has been using protective orders or red flag laws in ways that bypassed proper due process. I personally read and respond to every single comment on this channel. Here is where this ruling has implications that go far beyond just protective orders, and this is the part almost nobody is talking about yet. This decision signals a broader shift in how courts are expected to treat gun owners during law enforcement encounters. 2 constitutional amendments are directly in play, and most gun owners do not know how to use either of them correctly in the moment when it counts most. The Fourth Amendment protects you from unreasonable searches and seizures. For years, police have used protective orders and other civil processes as a shortcut, claiming those orders gave them authority to search your home or vehicle without a traditional warrant. This ruling pushes back hard on that assumption. It tells lower courts to look more carefully at whether searches are truly justified and to protect the property owner's rights first. The Fifth Amendment gives you the right to remain silent. Most people think this only applies to serious crime trials. That is dangerously wrong. Your right against self-incrimination applies the moment law enforcement starts asking questions, including at a routine traffic stop. You cannot be forced to give up your rights without a genuine legal process. This ruling reinforces that boundary directly. Here is the practical reality these 2 amendments create together. When a police officer asks if there is a gun in your vehicle, that is not casual conversation. That is a legal instrument designed to get you to either incriminate yourself or consent to a search. And most gun owners answer it without realizing what they just gave away. Which politician in your state do you think has most aggressively pushed laws that bypassed proper due process for gun owners? Name them in the comments. I want to see who this community holds accountable. Let me give you the practical guidance right now, because knowing the legal principle is only valuable if you know what to actually say in the moment. When a police officer at a traffic stop asks, "Do you have any weapons in the vehicle?" here is your response. Calm, polite, firm. "Officer, I don't consent to any searches." That single sentence does everything you need it to do. You have not lied. You have not admitted anything. You have not been disrespectful. You have used legally precise language that invokes your Fourth Amendment right and signals to the officer that you know your rights. Then immediately follow with, "Am I being detained or am I free to go?" This question forces legal clarity. If you are free to go, thank him and leave. If you are being detained, the situation has formally changed and your response is equally clear and calm. "I am exercising my right to remain silent, and I would like to speak to a lawyer." Then stop talking entirely. Here is the trap that catches even careful, responsible gun owners. The officer will probably say, "If you have nothing to hide, why not let me look?" Do not take that bait. Do not explain yourself. Do not justify your decision. You do not owe anyone an explanation for exercising a constitutional right. Your silence and your refusal to consent are not evidence of guilt. The Supreme Court has now reinforced that principle at the highest level. One critical nuance: some states have duty to inform laws that require you to proactively tell an officer you are carrying before they even ask. Know your specific state's law. If you are in a duty to inform state, inform immediately and clearly. Then revert to the same script for everything that follows. What is your honest answer? If an officer asked you right now if you have a gun in the car, do you know exactly what to say? Type "know exactly" or "needed this" in the comments. I want to see where this community actually stands. Legal experts are already arguing that this ruling's implications extend directly to red flag laws across the country. And that is where the stakes get significantly higher for millions of gun owners. Red flag laws allow courts to temporarily confiscate firearms based on an allegation that someone poses a danger to themselves or others. The process in many states has been alarmingly fast. A judge can sign an order within hours based on a single person's claim, with the gun owner getting little or no opportunity to respond before their firearms are taken. The Supreme Court's emphasis on genuine due process, a real opportunity to be heard, real evidence, a fair and transparent process, creates significant legal vulnerability for red flag systems that bypass these protections. If the government wants to restrict your Second Amendment rights, they now face a higher constitutional bar. Second Amendment Foundation and Firearms Policy Coalition are already analyzing this ruling for exactly this application. The litigation strategy around red flag due process challenges just got significantly stronger. What is your favorite constitutional protection? Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, or Fifth Amendment? And which one do you think is most consistently violated in your state? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know what this community values most. Here is your complete action plan, because knowing the ruling is only valuable if you act on it before you need it. Step 1. Know your state's duty to inform law right now. Look it up tonight before you drive anywhere. Some states require immediate proactive disclosure that you are carrying. Others have no such requirement. The rules vary significantly, and the consequences for getting it wrong are serious. Step 2, memorize the 2 sentences. "I don't consent to any searches," followed by "Am I being detained or am I free to go?" So, calmly, without aggression. These are your constitutional armor, and you need to be able to use them under pressure without hesitation. Step 3, review your permit status and any legal history. This ruling protects people who are legally eligible to carry. Know your status with complete certainty. If there is any pending legal matter in your history, consult a firearms attorney before carrying. Step 4, talk to your family. Make sure the people in your household know their rights during law enforcement encounters. Make sure they know not to consent to searches. Make sure they know to ask for a lawyer if questioned. These conversations happen before the knock on the door. Step Step 5. Save a firearms attorney's number in your phone. Do not wait until you are in a crisis to find legal representation. Have the number ready before you ever need it. Here is the absolute bottom line. The Supreme Court just reinforced that the government cannot take your firearms or restrict your rights without a genuinely fair constitutional process. They reinforced that your Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable searches is real and must be respected at traffic stops. They reinforced that your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent applies from the very first question law enforcement asks, not just in the courtroom. The legal landscape for gun owners is shifting in your favor, but only if you understand what changed and know how to use these protections in real time under pressure. Gun Guide Pro is a new channel, and we exist for exactly this reason: to put this information in front of gun owners in plain language before they need it. Every subscriber who joins this community invests in a resource that will be here every time the law shifts in a way that affects your rights. And it is shifting fast. Here is what you do right now. First, subscribe to Gun Guide Pro and hit that notification bell immediately. Every single subscriber gives us the motivation and resources to keep delivering this level of coverage for you. Second, smash that like button and share this video with every gun owner you know who carries in a vehicle. The person who needs this most is the one who has never thought about what happens when that flashlight hits their window. Third, answer all 3 questions in the comments right now. What state are you watching from? Which politician in your state has most aggressively pushed laws that bypass due process for gun owners? And what is your favorite constitutional protection? Second, Fourth, or Fifth Amendment? I personally read and respond to every single comment on this channel. Gun Guide Pro is just getting started. Be here for every development. Stay informed. Stay armed. Stay free. I'm Sarah from Gun Guide Pro. See you in the next one.